Hello, everybody. Welcome to Waited to Win for the weekend preview. We're out at Hollywood Bets Kenilworth, and we're starting in terms of the bipot. So race number 2 is where we're kicking off with our show. And a reminder about our social media handles that are on screen in terms of Waited to Win Twitter's account and WhatsApp. We're also on YouTube as well as for Racing TV. And naturally on 240 DSTV. Okay, well, let's get into the action. Darren Burrows and Daryl Marie, my right and left hand, are basically here with me. Got Darren Burrows on the line, and we can talk about the first leg of the bipod. Mr. Burrows, how's Cape Town weather? We're doing this on Friday, so what's the weather been like?
It's very cold, but it's holding up. There hasn't been rain of late, so hopefully the track can firm out a little bit more because the pen reading just the other day was still quite high. Race 2. Now, remember my name is odds on. I think he's 7 to 10. There's no real value in the price, but he is the horse to beat. He's had 2 comeback runs after a lengthy layoff. Last time out, narrowly beaten. He could go very, very close to winning. Now, his danger will be Steadfast. Give me the green light out of a Captain Almere. Lovely pedigree, good debut over 1,000 meters, and is going to improve over 1,200. One roughie to include into your play is Run For Me. The drop back to 1,200 is going to suit, and he could prove place value.
Okay, thanks for that, Darren. So perhaps no value in the odds-on favourite, remember my name, but Justin Snaith does have a very strong hand going into the race here.
Yes, Clyde. I've got a strong preference for the favourite, remember my name.
Okay.
In that race was a horse called Lines Crossed. Now, he ran third, if I'm not mistaken. There were 3 of them that pulled 8 lengths clear of the balance of the field. So
Yes.
they were well clear of the opposition. Having his peak run, I think he'll take some beating. I'm happy to banker him in the bipot.
Okay.
Darren's touched on the stable companion Steadfast. Now, I know he's open to a lot of improvement. I just had a look at the form around him. He did run 4th. Now, the third horse was filly, Ponta Vecchio. She's very average.
Okay.
The 5th horse was Graduation Time.
Yeah.
Yet to run a place in 2 starts. So,
Okay.
I'm bullish with regards to bankering the favourite in the bipot.
All right. We'll do that then. Let's take a look at the bipot. Here it is for you guys. Let's put that up. And we're going banker 8 by 1, 3, 4, 5, by 1 and 4, by 3, by 1, 2, 3, by 7. That's Daryl Marie's bipot, spending 24 Rand. On to race number 3. Let's have a look at what the third looks like. It's a Cape B Stakes. It's a 1,400 meters. And in this event, we'll talk about the start of your place accumulator, of course, where Charlie Croker's the favourite. That's number 4 on the card at 28 to 10. This is being done on the Friday, remember. Obviously, they're going on the heavier side, I would imagine. 3 Future Turn is around about 3 to 1. And number 5 on the card, who's Bardolino, is trading at around 7 to 2 thereabouts. And you can get 4s and 5s about the rest of them. But Candace Bass Robinson's holding at the moment their favourite, Daryl.
Yes, very small field, but very competitive. Only 8 horses line up. I've gone 4 in the opening leg of the bipot, so there's still a possibility I'll miss and go out the first leg, Clyde.
Is that so, eh?
Yeah. I mean, you can see on form, Future Turn and Bardolino, nothing separating the 2 of them. A length separated them now. Bardolino's a kilogram better off. So hard to choose between the 2 of them. Charlie Croker's very honest, consistent. He should run another bold race. Go back to the 20th of February. You'll see number 1, Intimidator, actually beat Future Turn and he's better off at the weights. So he's going to be my slight preference over several
But it's
others.
a tough race, right?
Very.
All right, Mr. Burrows, what do you say, sir? You tell us, is it that hard?
Yes, it is small and competitive. Now, Future Turn went to the head of affairs last time out and was never really headed. If he adopts a similar tactics over the 1,400, he could prove hard to peg back. Now, Bardolino only got beat a length by him, and he's a kilo better off at the weight, so he's got to have a chance. Have a look at Charlie Croker's form. He never misses the first two placings. Second, first, second, first, second. Always right on top of them. He's got to run another serious race. Intimidator, that last run behind Impetuous was a very strange race because nothing got into the race. If you see, he got beat 9 3/4 lengths into third. The front runner just went 6 lengths clear from the start and was never headed. Prometer came out of that same race. We're running second to Impetuous. So there's nothing between numbers 1 and 8, and there's nothing between numbers 3 and 5.
Okay, so it's that sort of race, and I think Daryl and Darren have described pretty much what it looks like. It's open. It's concerning for Daryl to say he's got 4 horses and he's worried, he doesn't survive. So that's how tough is the first leg, with having 1, 3, 4, 5. By 1 and 4, by banker 3, by 1, 2, 3, by banker 7, by 1 and 10, and the last leg 5, 6, 7, 9, and 11. All right, are we in for a 2-horse race here, Darren? We've got Bereave top of the boards 15 to 10, and the danger of number 2, Mufasa, who's 33 to 10. I'm wondering, is that where we end it? Is that where we draw the line in the winter sprint?
It does look that way, Clyde. Mufasa, he's 1-3 on the trot. The 1200's not going to be a concern, and he receives 7.5 kilos from Bereave and Speed Machine. Bereave will remain my first choice. He beat Gimme a Prince in his penultimate start. Now, that was a cracking effort. It showed that he's one of the better sprinters around. Last time out, I did speak to Adam. He said he was in need of the run. He was he was fresh, and he would come on from the run. But they have had a bit of rain and unable to work for 2 weeks. They've just been hacking. So on that last run behind Rio Karari, he actually holds Speed Machine. He gave Speed Machine 3.5 kilos. Now they meet at level weights. So 4 to beat 2.
Yeah, and that's going to be the interesting thing in here, is that Bereave does look like the right horse. It was a soft track last time as well, which is bound to be the case Saturday, right? And it appears to be the two of them. I don't know. You have respect for Mufasa? That can he win again?
I've actually made it a 2-horse race between numbers 1 and 4.
Oh, okay. Speed Machine, you're bringing that into the race.
But this horse on a soft track is a different proposition. He's really grows another leg when it's sticky underfoot conditions. So I know he's clearly held at the weights, but he's very, very capable when it's heavy. So
Not too short for him, eh? No. Okay.
Bereave's weighted to win. I mean, you can see that he's 5 pounds or 2.5 kilograms best in of the year.
Yes.
And he holds Speed Machine clearly on paper. But I've just gone the 2 of them.
Okay, interesting. So Daryl's bringing Speed Machine into the race. Let's go to what we look at now, which is a pick 6 set up by Darren. Darren's only keen on the 2 and 4, but if you want to add the 1, because Daryl has respect for it, that's entirely up to you. By banker 3 in the following leg, by 1, 2, 6, by 1, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, and 14, by 1, 5, 6, and 10, and the field at the back. Race number 5. If you are using social media, then, which I'm sure you are, go and visit us at Twitter or on Twitter at Wait to Win's our handle. We've got a WhatsApp number. There it is. You just send your name and your email address to that number, and the team will register you. And we also, of course, are on YouTube and 4 Racing TV, which is channel 240 DSTV. Okay, guys, in this race, which is the Somerset, scratch the 4, scratch the 8, and scratch the 9. Does bring this horse Baltic Secret in with a serious winning chance. Now they've only had 2 starts. Market Daryl's got this horse priced up at 7 to 10. You take 7 to 10, or you let it run loose?
Let's see what the track condition is, Clyde.
It's bound to be soft, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be rushing out and taking the price, but I am bankering her in all my exotics.
Right.
Go back to her latest effort. Now, that was in the winter nursery. Take notes. That was obviously colts and geldings and fillies. It was mixed.
Right.
The first 4 past the post in the winter nursery were of the fairer sex. I think the same is going to happen over here. I'm certainly not the first 4, but the first 1 past the post, I believe, is the filly. Number 3, Baltic Secret. On debut, she blitzed the field. She showed phenomenal steep speed from the jump. Second time out, gave her a chance from a hard draw. She ended up on the inside of the track.
All right.
So it shows you that she is versatile. She's got the pace to go forward, or she can be given a chance. So I think with that allowance in her favour, she is certainly the one to beat, and I'll bank at her.
Okay. Darren, sorry, her maiden form line is very good. I mean, there are quite a lot of winners out of that first run.
Yes, Clyde, she'll win this race. I'm very confident. I've banked her in all my bets, part of my doubles. On debut, she went to the front, never headed in the soft conditions. Then they changed tactics. They tucked her in. She started on the outside. She ended up all the way on the inside running rail. It must have cost her a length or two. So if adopting similar tactics to her debut, I think she'll be a runaway winner in this lineup.
Okay. That's the latest from the guys. Daryl Marie's got a jackpot, and Darren agrees. The first leg is a banker 3, then 1, 2, 3, banker 7 just now, and 1 and 10 at the back. A small pot, affordable, and hopefully you can get it a couple of times. On to our next race on the card, race number 6, and Summer Lily is top of the boards, right, number 1 on the card, trading at 2-1. 2 October Morn is 5-2 second choice, and the 3 on the card, who's Sidley, is the third choice. They're trading around 7-2. You can get 6-1 and better about the others. Let's discuss race number 6, Darren Burrows. Talk about the Perfect Promise a sprint. That it's a listed event over 1,200 meters, and there are a couple of good ones in here that can certainly run.
Definitely, Clyde. Now, I was at the course when Summer Lily made her debut, and the whole course was on about this filly, how good she is. And she blitzed home. I mean, she won by almost 3 lengths, cruised clear of the field. I know it wasn't a strong race, but it's the manner in which she won. She could follow up. Then you've got horses with form, a horse like October Morn that comes out of the nursery, cracking second to Distant Winter. We'll see if that form line hold up the race before with Baltic Secret. This filly's got a serious winning chance. Quick Trip is the best of the rest. I know she's a maiden, but this is her best course and distance. She was beaten half a length by Distant Winter over the 1,200 at Kenilworth. So 1, 2, and 6 to fight it out.
Okay. 1, 2, 6 from Darren Burrows aside. Mr. Marie, what are you making of this Perfect Promise?
If you watch Summer Lily's debut, Clyde, you'd be very, very impressed. I thought she had that race won a long way from home. They were actually going too slow for her. She was climbing all over them. When Richard switched her out, she put daylight between herself and her opposition. The second horse ran unplaced in her next start. The third horse ran unplaced in her next start.
Doesn't that worry you?
No, like Darren says, it's the manner in which she won. And she came to the track with a reputation, so there's something about her.
Okay.
Now, October Morn, Darren's touched on the fact that watch the previous result, see if that form line's been franked.
Yep.
But you know what, Clyde? Sidley actually holds October Morn. Now, many will say that it was October Morn's debut. It was only Sidley's second start. So, not much separating the two of them. One from 2 and 3. That's the way I read it.
Okay. Interesting race. So this was, well, she's a maiden, I guess. I don't know too much about it, other than to say the form line's very good. The only sand form line. That also Enchanted Sky.
Yeah, it's beaten 15 lengths by October Morn.
Yeah, so it's got no chance.
You can back that, yeah.
Montalena won. What else won from the Lady Lookalike, Born Ready. Okay.
Maybe banker it for 4th in the quartet.
Okay. Mr. Burrows, okay, so we know what you like, we know what Daryl likes, so let's put it on paper now and let's see, or have a look at it, see what it looks like, now that we've heard both opinions. And Darren Burrows says we're taking trifectas and we're boxing 1, 2, and 6. Moving on now to our next event on the card, we're going to be talking about race number 7, and the 7th race is the World Sports Betting Storms Flays Stakes. That's what it is. And In this lineup, I can tell you the 8 on the Friday has been taken out, leave you with a field of 13, where number 7, Gold Poker Game, is top of the boards 4-1. Open race, they've got 4-1 the field. 1 Future Girl is 6-1. You've got the 11 Who Do You Love at 6-1, and you've got the 6 Flower of Saigon trading at around 7s, as well as number 5 Veronica Mars. So you can get an idea when you look at the betting now whilst you're watching the race, what's moved, what's drifted, all that sort of stuff. Give you a better idea. Mr. Marie, let me start with you. Let's get an idea as to your
Gold
first choice
Poker
in the
Game,
Storm
4 to 1.
Who's
4 to
right?
1. Gold Poker Game.
Yes.
Cracking price.
Is it, eh?
Sure.
Good price.
Now, I'm leaning towards the younger brigade of here. Obviously, they're going to be turning 4 in a few weeks' time, Clyde. But
Yeah.
go back to her last start. I think it was the Ladies' Mile. She was making her run up the inside. And who took her out? Who Do You Love? I got a distinct
stable companion.
liking over Gold Poker Game now that it's going the extra 200 meters. It's certainly in her favor, in my mind, more than what it is for Who Do You Love. So I think she'll reverse that form comfortably. Best in with Gold Poker Game is Love Is a Rose. Now she's held, and the balance of the field are well exposed. Actually, I don't know if you've seen Gold Poker Game you'll see how imposing she actually is. I think
She's a nice horse, eh?
the heavier the better. She's won on a heavy track in the past. I don't think that's going to be a factor. A lot of these fillies are under sufferance, Clyde. I can't believe the price of Gold Poker Game. I believe that's
so we
a
should
lot
be
of
taking
value.
4-1, eh?
Yeah.
All
Listen,
right.
it's a case, in my mind, of Gold Poker Game or the field. So
Yeah.
you be the judge.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a good assessment. Mr. Burrows, you on the same page?
Yes, I made it between 2 runners, numbers 1 and 7. Now, Gold Poker Game, a little bit unlucky last time out, but she was in need of the run. You know, she had a 3-month break leading into the Ladies' Mile, and that was a cracking effort behind going up. I think she'll reverse the form with Who Do You Love, because I think there's stamina doubts there. So Gold Poker Game, the horse to beat, but I do have healthy respect for Future Girl from the Crawford stable. The stable's in form. We saw them have winners just the other day. I did hear that, when Milnerton, they were battling to work the horses because the tracks were flooded. Philippi wasn't as bad. So you could find the Philippi horses reel off a couple of wins on the meeting. Gold Poker Game to beat Future Girl. Future Girl does receive weight, and her comeback run was good.
All right, that's the analysis, and Daryl says, well, let's get into Gold Poker Game. Darren does agree, he likes Gold Poker Game much the same. All right, we're going on to race number 8 now. We talk about top quality. Well, when you talk about top quality, then you talk about Pocket Power, because he was a fantastic racehorse. Absolutely unreal what he did in his life. Pocket Power, you got to say. Marsh Shirtliff's proudest moment, no doubt. And, of course, with his good partner. All right, the late Arthur, I can't remember Arthur's surname now, but that owned Pocket with him. But anyway, great guy. Let's talk about the top quality here. His favourite to win this from the market that we've got. World Sports Betting is sponsoring the race, so here's their betting, where this horse is a 7-2.
Yeah, strictly at the weights, he's got his work cut out, Clyde.
Yeah.
Worried about the second run off the rest for him, because you can see he was off for nearly a year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that's my concern, and he's out at the weights. If he's at his best, I can see him winning, but I got my doubts.
Yeah.
It's raining William. Now he's obviously on the upgrade in a striking manner, because every time he comes to the track, he improves. Not too worried about the wide draw with him, Clyde. He's got that early toe to get into a striking position. He'll overcome it with ease. Don't know if you watched racing on Thursday out at Kenilworth. Andre Null's horses ran extremely well. And that's why I'm really leaning towards Master Redoute. Is that what
I think
what's his
so.
name? Tony.
Yes.
Tony said it's Master Redoute.
Okay.
You can see there's not much separating himself and It's Raining William on form. He did find interference in that race. He's got the 1 draw, and he's a kilogram better off. So for me, I'm going each way number 1.
Okay.
I respect top quality, and I respect its reigning.
Yeah, and when you tip Andre Nels horses, I respect that, because you obviously you look at those very closely, and because you do often tip them. So if you tip it, no, but you do. I mean, you know,
Nino don't.
most of the time.
Nino lets us know.
You know, Mr. Burrows, where are you in this, sir? Which one?
Clyde, this horse Top Quality is well ahead of the handicapper. I think he's a serious racehorse in the season to come. Last time out, I actually excluded him. I thought returning after a lengthy layoff of what was a 10, 11 months, I thought that's going to catch him out in the soft conditions. And he absolutely bolted home. I mean, he moved through runners. He sliced through the field and won going away. If the second run hasn't come too soon, I can see him following up in this company, because I think his rating of 95, I think he'll end up much, much higher. So Top Quality for me, the horse to beat. His last 2 wins were in the soft conditions, so that does help his chances even more. Master Redoute and It's Raining William, there's nothing between them on their last start. And an interesting runner could be Solar Power. Now, he handles the soft. The furthest he's been is a mile, and he steps up to the 1950. The manner in which he finishes his races off suggests maybe it's not out of his range, and he could be the joker in the pack.
Okay, interesting race. Top Quality, says Darren Burrows. And don't forget, Daryl is on Master Redoute, Redoute, whatever you wanted to call it. That's where Daryl's Marie is going. So those are the 2 from our guys here on the Waiter to Win show.